Welcome back. Welcome back. Again, you're listening to Whissel Weekends here with Kieth, Bryan, Whissel Realty, and myself, Jason Hall. Team Home Loans, been hosting the show with Kyle for over 5 years. And our guest, human behaviorist, Bob Donnell. Hope I pronounced that right.
You did.
And a good friend of his, Flo, and Flo owns a company called Farm Girl Edibles. Welcome, Flo, to the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming out. So we were just talking during the break. You got all kinds of food, all kinds of yummies in here, stuff that Bob loves and talks about. But what we need to find out is, what are all these things? So I know we got tell me what the peanut brittle is.
That's gourmet peanut brittle. It's not your normal peanut brittle, which most people think it's sticky.
Candy, full of sugar, all that stuff?
Well,
there's sugar in it.
It is candy.
It tasted really good. Yeah, okay.
Right.
But not your general peanut brittle
Toothbreaker.
that you're thinking.
I call it the toothbreaker.
Okay.
Mine is light, airy. Yeah, it's really,
Okay.
it's kind of like a honeycomb, I guess people would describe it as.
All right, like a honeycomb. All right. So now, additionally, Bob, what are some of your favorites? You were mentioned during the break some of the different jams and things that you eat.
Yeah, well, the peanut brittle is kind of one of my all-time favorites, and the reason is because I don't like the dense and sticky, and hers is really light and airy. And she brought 2 pounds over one day, and the next day they were both gone. So she made a commitment to me to never bring pounds anymore to me. She only brings little baggies so that I can sample.
Todd's in there laughing. Our producer's laughing at you, by the way.
Yeah,
2 pounds.
2 pounds, guys, and it was. It's one of those that you seal the bag and you set it down and you reach for it again and then you open it up. And by the end of the day, it's just gone. So, but then she's got these jellies that are really cool. They're custom gourmet jellies, and she's got 3 wine flavors. And then she's got these 2 jalapeno. One is a cherry jalapeno and one's a cranberry jalapeno. I'm telling you, my favorite's the cranberry jalapeno, but you can put that. I didn't know that you could cook with jellies. She puts it on meats. She puts it in all kinds of things. And I've been blown away. So right away, I said, we need to put this on a subscription model. You need to be giving this to clients, to like realtors and lenders and things like that, to be able to give out to their customers. So that's what she's been doing this last 6 months or so. And but I'm telling you, you guys are going to be in a treat. When you guys get to taste this, you're going to be blown away. It's so good.
So, Flo, what got you the idea? What made this business get going?
Basically, I grew up on a farm, so I've been accustomed to making jams and jellies, and usually those were just given as gifts.
So where'd you grow up? Because most of us here in San Diego did not grow up on a farm, although there was a bunch of farms in the 40s and 50s down in Mission Valley.
Way back when, yeah, there used to be farms in California, but the San Luis Obispo area.
Okay. So in California, just not San Diego.
Right.
All right. So that's where you got used to the farm life. So continue. I apologize.
No problem. So I just decided to do a boutique with other things, and I noticed all the food items were just flying off the shelves at these boutiques. And there happened to be a jam and jelly lady, and I went, well, I'll try hers. And I went, oh, I could make it better than that.
See, that's how we get started in a lot of things, right, Bob?
Isn't that the truth?
You've seen something, whether it's a service or a product. In your example, it was somebody else's product. And you're like, yeah, it's okay, but I can make this better at home on my farm, right? And make it farm. What is it again?
Farm Girl Edibles, but not the edibles that you think.
Yeah, so Farm Girl Edibles, where you get to literally have good homegrown jams, peanut brittle. What are some of the other items you guys make there?
Just right now, we're concentrating on just the jellies and the peanut brittle.
Okay, all right. And how long you been doing that?
Well, I've been doing it for quite a while, about 7 years. But we basically just got the e-commerce going, so we're doing that and the subscription model that Bob mentioned, and we're helping like realtors or salespeople give it as a gift.
All right, so if someone wants to find out more information about Flo and Farm Girls Edible, how do they find you?
On the website, farmgirledibles.com.
Just like it sounds, farmgirledibles.com.
That's it.
All right, well, that's pretty basic. It's an amazing story, Flo. I'm looking at Bob because I know Bob's been, eating 2 pounds of peanut brittle in a day.
You notice my restraint.
And the jams. I mean, that's just amazing, Flo. Mm-hmm. We appreciate you coming in, bringing food. We always love people bringing in food, especially a guy at 250, right? But if I can have better foods, less of all the preservatives that get put in normal jams and jellies and all the candy things that we all like to eat, the better off you can be. So, again, you can find Flo and her company, farmgirlsedibles.com.
That's it.
That's
Farm Girl
amazing.
Edibles.
I want to know what wine flavors of jams.
Any wine flavors? Well, that's Todd, our producer. You're like, who popped that voice?
We have 3 flavors: apple Merlot, cranberry Chardonnay, and cranberry Cabernet.
Sound amazing with some cheese and crackers.
Cheese
Yep.
and crackers, or even just
That's
as a glaze
crazy.
on meat.
Sounds
Yeah.
like good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Flo, we appreciate you coming in. I know Keith's got some questions, and then we want to, talk a little bit about real estate since this is a real estate show on Whissel Weekends. But go ahead, Keith.
So, Flo, earlier you were sharing with me how this is a newer endeavor for you and for Bob. And one of the things that we were talking about was about staying top of mind with realtors, building relationships. Bob is a behavioral, say it again?
Human behaviorist.
Human behaviorist, and it's about relationships, connecting with people. And you shared that you have this program for realtors, mortgage brokers, maybe other professionals to utilize your products and keep it in contact with their clients long after a transaction is complete with a monthly subscription. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Our little hashtag is pretty much you win their heart through their stomach.
I like it.
But we send it out on your behalf, 2 jars a month on your behalf, saying this is custom picked for you. And they get 2 jars a month, and they always think of you every time they open up the jar or cook with it or whatever. It comes with recipes on how to use it. So they're always thinking of you. So it is, they always think of you when they open it.
Wonderful, thank you. I mean, there's so many statistics and research it's out there on sales relationships between after a transaction is completed. That 90% of consumers would do business again with the person that sold them the last product, regardless of what the product was, just if they knew how to get in touch with that salesperson, or if that salesperson was even still in the business. I think this is just a great tool to keep in contact with your past clients and build that past client business. I don't know, maybe there's a study out there that would probably say that there's probably a high percentage of business that actually just comes from your sphere of influence or your past clients. So I think it's a wonderful idea that you have going here with this monthly subscription. And then if someone wanted to get some more information about signing up for a monthly subscription, how would they do that?
It's all on the website.
All on the website.
Yep, farmgirledibles.com.
All right, fantastic. Got anything, Jason?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is let's talk some real estate, Keith.
All right, that's what I like to do. Well, I've had an opportunity here to take in some great conversation from all of our guests on the show today and our host. And one that stood out to me was when Bob was talking about the pain that people identify in their life and what is that motivating factor. And oftentimes we just get really comfortable with the status quo, and it leaves us at the status quo. But you put a little pain to the equation, it's going to get you up out of your seat, just reaching a little bit further. So over the last couple of weeks here at Whissel Realty, I've been kind of collaborating with our sales manager on a prospecting campaign to challenge all the agents in our office to prospect a little bit more. I mean, we're in sales. It's a thing we ought to be doing. But in my experience, if you just put a prize to the challenge, people could be like, yeah, whether I win or lose, it doesn't matter. I have no skin in the game. So we collaborated and we came up with a challenge for the month. It's going to kick off July 1st. It's a 30-day challenge for 50 hours of prospecting. If you don't complete the challenge, well, first of all, there's a $250 buy-in. So there's a little bit of pain in the pocketbook. Now, the incentive is to complete the challenge, you get your money back. But if you don't complete the challenge, guess what's going to happen? You're going to lose the money, right? But in addition to that, we layered in another level of pain. If you lose, we're going to spin the wheel of doom, or gloom as they call it, and there's going to be different, very undesirable types of food that you're going to have to eat live on Facebook. Created some pain. Things like pickled pig's feet, sardines, can of cat food, whatever else my sales manager could come up with. So we put a little bit of pain to it. And so it really resonated well with me when Bob was talking about that earlier, because we need not only just the positive motivator, the reward to incentivize us to excel, but you need at least I see it, layer in a little bit of pain, put a little skin in the game in order to get there. So that was really cool. And I love the whole top of mind thing that we were talking about with Farm Girl Edibles. It's super important to always be staying in contact with our sphere of influence. Before I got into real estate, I was in real estate title insurance, and even before that, financial services. And I just remember hearing it said one time that it's a lot easier and it's a lot cheaper to keep past clients than to always have to go out there and look for new clients.
Yeah.
So to think for, what was it, $250 for the year?
300.
Okay, $300 for the year for a subscription to sign up, and then have Flo and her company, Farm Girl Edible, send out a monthly subscription of these wonderful jellies, the peanut brittle, to your clients to stay top of mind with your clients while you're out doing other more productive work, prospecting, meeting people, building new business, but yet at the same time staying in touch with your old business. It's a win-win. So if you're out there listening, I'd highly encourage you to look her up, read more about Farm Girl Edible, and even subscribe, because it's going to be a game changer for your business. Because at the end of the day, guys, in real estate and sales, if you're not prospecting, I don't care what your goal is. You can say, my goal is 50 transactions for the year. Oh, my goal is I want to do enough business I can buy a new car. And Bob was talking earlier about the reverse engineering. Well, you can reverse all that back to the base zero. I don't know if that's what they call it, but all the way back to the base zero. And the core of all of it is the nucleus, prospecting and sales. So, you know what? Take a look at these things so you can spend your time doing the things that you need to be doing. Jason.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. So, coming up in our next segment, we're going to do the Whissel Way, which talks about what we do different at Whissel. But before we go there, I just want to let everybody know, rates have been dropping. And one of the things everybody wants to do is all the homeowners want to refinance. But I want you to be careful. I want you to look at no-cost loan options. What that means is there's no fees to you. Have the lender pay you the fees. Why? Most people will add $2,500 to $4,000 to their refinance to save, say, $100, and it's going to take you 3 years to break even. Many people are anticipating rates continuing to fall. So do a no-cost loan now so that if rates do fall, you can do another refinance absolutely free and not pay any costs. Therefore, you don't have to worry about trying to recoup those fees. Again, you're listening to AM 1170 The Answer. This is Whissel Weekend. We'll be right back.